Let's cut to the chase, Abby. Your teaching methods can be pretty questionable. Yelling, throwing things, pointing your finger in people's faces, these are all things you've mastered along the way. But we can't deny that when it comes to winning titles, the ALDC's reputation is downright stellar. So you've got to be doing something right. But would it really be so bad to try and be a little nicer to your students?
If this was your sister, we would be halfway finished with the note.
Let's face it, guys, Abby Lee Miller is the best in the business, but that doesn't make her any easier to work with. We've got some of Abby's finest moments lined up for you. Stay tuned as we reveal the 10 times Abby went too far on Dance Moms.
Was I politically correct? No! Was I furious? Yes!
Rejected. Abby Lee Miller is the clapback master, and she doesn't let anyone forget it. In Season 5, Episode 25, Abby completely snubs JoJo, Kalani, and Nia in front of their very own mothers. When the girls come close to Abby to give her a hug, she welcomes Maddie, Mackenzie, and Kendall with open arms, but says,
Don't go away from me.
When the other girls approach her. Abby's petty behavior leads to her and Kira getting into a huge fight. Abby totally took things too far. Leave the children out of it. Sneak and a liar. Abby speaks her mind. That's just the way she is. Love it or hate it, she's the best in the business. But if you want to work with her, you better make the ALDC a top priority. Abby took things too far when she put Christy on blast for letting Chloe go on a school field trip. Turns out, missing a single evening is unacceptable. Abby took things a step further by telling Christy that she was a sneak and a liar, and that she was raising her kid to be the same exact thing.
You're a sneak and a liar, and you're raising your kid to be the same exact thing.
Every week, we put the trash out. Abby Lee Miller isn't someone you want to mess with, but that never stopped Minister Dawn from trying.
You're the minister.
Yes, I am a minister!
Abby is notorious for taking things too far. In Season 1, Episode 1, she kicks Regan out of acro class for disrespecting the dress code. And when her mother Dawn Check finds out, she confronts Abby right away. But instead of dealing with Dawn's complaints, Abby kicks her and her daughter out of the studio. But before she does so, she tells Dawn,
Every week we put the trash out. Go!
ouch, that must have hurt. She deserves nothing. In Season 5, Episode 7, JoJo gets ranked in 5th place during Pyramid, and her mother, Jessalyn, is quick to come to her defense. Jessalyn tells Abby that JoJo did a good job and deserves praise. And Abby says that if JoJo is so good, she doesn't need to be a part of her dance company. When Jessalyn says that JoJo deserves to be there, Abby yells out,
She deserves nothing!
Abby then goes off on a rampage, bringing JoJo to tears in no time. Learn some manners. Abby's always been quick to put JoJo in her place whenever she speaks out of line, and this time, Abby totally lost her cool.
JoJo!
Abby took things a little too far by schooling JoJo in front of her mother and friends, but in Abby's defense, she was just trying to teach her some manners.
Until she learns to say, excuse me, when two adults are speaking.
And we're sure that's one lesson she'll never forget. Not coming home. Putting people on speakerphone is never a good idea, and Abby Lee Miller can attest to that. Abby took things way too far when she insulted Brooke and Paige in front of everyone at the ALDC. In Season 3, Melissa called Abby to find out where she was, only to find out that Abby was in Orlando. When Melissa asked Abby when she would be coming home, she replied,
Whenever Brooke and Paige get the hell out of my studio.
Ding dong.
I don't need the tears. You're 9, 10, and 11 years old.
Exactly!
It's no secret that Abby thought that Paige and Brooke Hyland weren't cut out for the world of competitive dance. In her opinion, they didn't catch on quick and put a damper on her reputation. Abby's comments were hurtful and damaging, and part of the reason why the Hylands chose to leave the Dance Moms behind. In this scene, we see Abby calling Paige a ding-dong for getting her steps wrong.
Ding dong! Look! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Now that's some serious verbal abuse. Poor Paige. Satan destroys it. In Season 4, Episode 9, Abby gives Chloe a compliment for the first time in a long time. But when Abby discusses her attendance record, Christy claps back. She says that Chloe is always in the studio, and Abby says that maybe Chloe's sneaking out the back door to meet boys.
Or maybe she's sneaking out the back door to meet some guy. I don't know.
This comment was totally uncalled for, and if that wasn't bad enough, Abby goes on to call Christy Satan.
And Satan,
No, I'm doing
Satan destroys it.
Nice one, Abby.
Abby, why'd you call Mackenzie a smartass?
Abby gets it wrong. In Season 6, Episode 2, Abby takes her rage out on poor little Mackenzie. First, Abby ridicules Kenzie for not learning her dance fast enough and compares her to Maddie.
If this was your sister, we would be halfway finished with the number.
She then gets mad at Kenzie for not remembering the name of her solo, when in reality, it's Abby who gets it wrong.
She can't even remember the name of the dance. I just want to sit on the couch.
Abby calls Kenzie a few bad names and sends her off crying.
So, Abby, how you feeling?
Fabulous.
I thought the witch would melt. In Season 3, Episode 7, Kathy from the Candy Apples Dance Center enters the ALDC dressing room looking for a fight, and boy, does she get one. Abby loses her cool and throws water on Kathy, and soon after she says,
I didn't mean to do that. No, I thought the witch would melt.
Abby took things a step too far by throwing water on Kathy, but the witch sort of deserved it. Abby Lee Miller is notorious for taking things too far, and these are some of her worst moments on the set of Dance Moms. How do you guys feel about Abby's personality? Sound off in the comment section below. For more videos about your favorite TV shows and movies, subscribe to The Things, and be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.